I'm David Booth. I'm an assistant professor of biochemistry and biophysics in the UCSF School of Medicine. I think the most exciting part of my job is helping foster new generations of researchers to become free, independent, collaborative thinkers. And that just stems from my own joy of scientific discovery, of having the greatest feeling in the world being something that you worked on very, very hard in order to have a fundamental insight into nature that nobody has ever seen before. And it's even more rewarding to be with a mentee or a friend in the rough times as they've done their experiments and then watch them have that joy of discovery and see them become these independent thinkers. I think my most important job at this point is as an educator and as somebody who comes from an uncommon background in science. I'm a first generation to college. My family is from Honduras and the US, and I remember just grad school being a tough time, and being able to understand like this new atmosphere of academia was really challenging. So what I see one of my jobs as is to really help students who come from marginalized backgrounds to find their own home in academia and to build it for themselves, and for me to provide them the tools and resources to be able to do that. The other thing that we do that's more germane to our research is we really try to reach out to underserved populations and just to the general public in order to encourage their sense of discovery and excitement about their natural world. And we do this just by scooping up a little bit of water in the bay and looking at it at a microscope and marveling at the life that's just teeming within those droplets. So the future of my projects and work is we have really exciting results to show how cells can sense their complex environments and decide to become special types of cells that perform unique functions and have unique shapes in those environments. And so we do this in a cell that is the closest living relatives of animals. So it has this really privileged position on the tree of life that allows us to understand how fundamental genes that are important for the origin of animals and really foundational to human health have originated and evolved over time. I'm really excited to be a John Watson scholar because John Watson was a member of my department. He was a basic scientist who studied how sterols were synthesized in a wide range of organisms. And he also founded programs at UCSF that helped launch my career even as an undergraduate as a researcher through the summer research training program. And so to really just kind of have his name in the recognition that basic science plays an important role in how we think about health, how we think about our own biology, really just shows a commitment on UCSF's behalf that we don't have to have the answer right away for the problems that we perceive as humans, but instead we can really take a gamble and research other parts of biology that don't have such an immediate impact, with the hope that they will eventually give us the tools and discoveries to tackle disease or to tackle new elements of human biology in the future. Collaboration is synonymous with working at UCSF. It's just how we operate. And in fact, our labs are set up in the basic science lab to be right next to each other so that we're always talking to each other. And there is a wide range of research that happens at UCSF, whether it's technology development to more precisely measure how genes turn on and off inside of cells, or whether it's amplifying new areas of disease and just fundamental biology. We kind of cover the gamut here. And so I work with my neighbors to try to really implement new technologies in these cells, these unique cells that we look at, and then look for connections with other colleagues to understand how the fundamental processes that they research have really evolved and play a role in all eukaryotic life and animal life. I think people often wonder, why should we study these little microorganisms that are so distantly related to us? And what are my taxpayer dollars really doing for me? And I feel that just people being able to foster their own sense of discovery is value unto itself. Like, it helps us in everyday interactions to be able to advocate for ourselves whenever we go to medical setting or other parts in our life. But I also think more fundamentally that there are bits of knowledge that we never know how they'll come together in the future. And they provide great tools to understand really new avenues of biology, and taking these historical perspectives and comparing ourselves with humility to all the other animals that have evolved for the same amount of time, I think helps us understand that our health is not just about us, but it's intimately connected to the environment and to the world around us. And we really have to take care and foster those environments to be able to help our health and everybody else's health as a collective community.